Hi guys, welcome to our third live stream. To our third live stream. Welcome to abbydoeskenya. We bring great vibes, great energy, and today we're bringing it live to you.
She's Cindy and I'm Abby. And today we're going to talk about tipping. Okay, tipping. So, I'm putting on my spectacles so that I can get to see who's messaging us.
And I'm blind today, I can't see.
Anyway, so just to start on a backstory. Well, is it a backstory really? But we just want to know things like, why do you tip? What do you tip? Do you feel pressured to do it actually? Do you feel like you're obligated to do it? Or does it come from your good heart? Okay, so
if I have a bad heart but I feel like tipping this guy today,
it could be you're tipping to show off also. So there's so many reasons why people tip. Anyway, okay, so I'm looking down here because I have my phone where I have my points. And I'm gonna get to start. Are they points really, like pointers on what to discuss? Wow.
tipping.
Okay, so what is the much you've tipped? What is the highest amount you've tipped in one?
I don't think I have a figure in my head, but if I put a figure, I think the match I tipped was either 300 or 500. Yeah, either 300 or 500.
And what did you have? Like,
it was definitely a service because most of the things I tip on are services, whether it's in a restaurant, whether it's in a spa, whether it's an Uber service. Yeah, mostly services. So if I'm not wrong, it was a restaurant. If I'm not wrong, yeah.
Sorry for that.
You?
Oh, the most I have tipped. Do you remember the time we went to Starbucks? And then I collected different money, and after that, the guy was like, "We do 10% tipping of the total amount." So with the collected money,
wait. If the bill comes to, let me say, 20,000.
Yeah.
So 10% of 20,000 is what you tip. Like
That's what he suggested. He said that's how the house expects you to do it. But if you tip him anything less or maybe more, he's open to it. So I guess that time we spent like collectively, because there were many of us, I think it was about 7,000 Kenyan shillings, and what I tipped was 400 because the guy was like, no, because it's 7,000, I guess it's 700.
No, 7,000, 10% of 7,000. Oh yeah.
It's 700, yeah. So I was like, no, we're still small, we're students, you know. So I sort of bargained with him to get to 400. So I think that's the much I tipped. But really, it wasn't, well, it was me who was giving the money, but it was a collective tip. And then how do you feel about that? How do you feel when someone comes to you?
I've actually mentioned it, and I was like, oh, if someone did that to me in a restaurant or in whatever service they were giving me, and they told me we give tips from 10%, I don't think I'd tip the person. I really don't think I would, because I don't feel like you should tell someone you're supposed to tip us. This is the way this is the way we appreciate the staff in our restaurant. No. If I want,
even quote amount.
Yeah, because if, let's say you served me badly, or you just gave me, you were rude to me, or just there's something you did wrong, and then you come up and tell me that will be so wrong, because whatever service you gave me does not justify as to why I should tip you. This brings me back to why I tip. Why do you tip?
It's a mixture of kind gesture and service. If you give me good service, of course I'll tip that. But I don't tip always, because sometimes I'm just like, I'm here on a budget, and this is the much I'm spending. Yeah, but sometimes I'm like, like the other day we had an expectant woman serving us, and I just felt like, you know, it would be nice to tip her, although I didn't tip her, someone else did. So I don't know, it's a mixture of both. Yeah, it just depends. Sometimes I'd be like, this person is disabled. I don't know why. I know it's not nice, because people might see like I'm lowering them. Yeah, I'm lowering them to, you know, maybe some sort of less
like a disability.
Yeah. It's not that. It's just that, I don't know, my heart just warms up to them, let me say that. So I get myself tipping such people, yeah, more compared to, like, you know, a normal human being who seems to be normal, at least in appearances. Yeah,
for me it's more of the service you give. If the service feels delivered really nicely, if it's up a notch, if it's more than what's expected of you when you are doing whatever job you're doing, that's when I'll tip. If it's a waiter or a waitress serving me and they're kind, they're polite, they're, let me say, also on time with the orders.
Yes. Checking up if you need something else.
Yeah, because this is part of your job, but if you do it in a way, this is just a way it comes out, and it makes someone feel nice. It makes someone feel like they are really attended to, and they are given the treatment they're supposed to have. Then I tip the person. So coming back to restaurants telling their waiters and waitresses to tell the customers that we tip a person from this percentage, I really think that's wrong.
Okay, now let me say this. We are not sure if that's how they do that. They do their tipping. We are not so sure, because this was just one person, and we've gone to Bob-Ups a couple of times, and no one else has asked us to do that. So I don't know if the people you tip, or the like waiters and waitresses, the people who are serving you, also kind of profile you to know, oh, I can approach you for this, and oh, I can't approach you for this because you look ABCDZ. So I don't know if it's really a rule, or it's because someone feels that they can approach and, you know, ask for a tip.
But you see, that still falls back on the restaurant, because you're a staff, you're an employee of this restaurant. If I want to make a complaint, I'll make a complaint. I won't go and say, this and this person did this to me. I'll go and say, an employee from Baobabs did this to me.
Yeah.
So you still blame them, because why you are allowing an employee to do that? It's wrong. It's spoiling the reputation of your restaurant.
But how would they know? How would they know? If it's happening between me and the waitress and I don't complain, how would they know?
You should complain.
Why are you complaining anyway?
Because it's wrong. Okay, for me it's wrong. I just think it's wrong.
Okay.
Giving tips should come from you feeling like, yeah, I want to tip this person.
Yeah. Okay. So, how much do you tip on a regular? And how regular do you also tip?
I won't say my tipping is regular. My tipping is occasional, depending on whether I'm on budget, and I won't be straining so much to go out of my way to tip this person. So yeah, it's occasional, depending on the service I've gotten, and two, whether it's within my capacity. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, same. Yeah, because hey man, economy is dead. But anyway, I remember some time back we went to this place, and actually someone else was taking out to eat, right? So we ended up going just the two of us. Yeah, and there was this guy who served us. He was much older, probably in his early 40. Yeah, he served us so well. Oh my god, he was so kind, and I felt like, hey man, this guy needs to be tipped. Guys, I didn't have money. Guess what? I don't know. I I guess two things. I loved his service and I was like, hey, this man, we need to tip him. And then the second thing, I think because we were in this restaurant and I felt like other people are tipping, I also felt sort of pressure, which was, anyway, so I asked for this guy's M-Pesa number. If you're not Kenyan, you might not know this, but we in Kenya, we use a mobile app called M-Pesa where we do like our transactions. So I wanted to send this man some money, and guess what? I sent him 50 shillings. Which, well, the person should appreciate, because this is 50 bob I'm giving out with him without him really working for it. But I felt like maybe the person didn't really appreciate it. The person was just like, 50 bob. Anyway, yeah, you know how
it's not something he did, it's just
it's just in my head, So the whole time I was hiding
until the guy left.
I was hiding behind Cindy because I didn't want this guy to see me. I don't know why I felt ashamed of my 50 shillings. So then I was just like, why did I tip the person if I was going to feel like this? Anyway, that's my story. But I don't tip oftenly. But I also don't go out oftenly. It's true.
I can't even look at you right
now. No, seriously, I don't go out oftenly. Anyway, it depends. Am I always going out every weekend? No. Am I? Okay, the other thing we wanted to talk about, you see how for me I would tip someone because they're expecting some, feeling some, what do I say? Is it I'm feeling sorry for the person? Is that the right word?
It's like your, for lack of a better word, it's like your sympathy tipping.
Yes. Yeah. So you know how I can sympathy tip? Some people will BT standard tip. Yeah. So have you experienced that?
Actually, no. One thing I always say, and people tend to tell me I'm heartless with this, which is not really true. I mostly empathize. The sympathy bit doesn't come really easily to me. So when it comes to things like if it's an expectant lady serving me and she does her job well and the service is really good, yes, I'll tip her. But if she just does her service according to the standards and I don't feel like I need to tip her, I don't think I'd do the sympathy tipping. I don't think it has ever happened to me that I'm sympathy tipping.
Okay, so I think I've talked about my sympathy tipping, so I'll just dive into beauty standard tipping. I have seen it happen so much, like so much. And in Kenya, you probably, if you're my friend, you're probably tired of me talking about colorism. But it's real. In Kenya, it's so real. Like you would go to a club and see a light-skinned waitress would be tipped more compared to a dark-skinned waitress. Also, what do I say? Features, body features, and figures really count. So if you have like a nice shape, a nice figure, if you're thick, you're more likely to get tipped more. What am I saying? You're likely to get tipped more compared to people who don't have those features or don't have the color or something of the sort. So I've seen it happen, and it can be annoying. I don't know, it can be annoying, but you can't do anything about it because tipping is personal. You can't do anything about it. Which brings me to the next point. As the title says, do you think tipping should be banned?
No, not really. Wait, is it a law to begin with?
No, it's just a debate, let's say.
So by you saying do you think tipping should be banned, do you mean should tipping just not be done anywhere?
Yeah, so now it's like, it's out there, it could be written or unwritten, but we all know we're not doing tipping anymore. So when we get into a restaurant or wherever we are, or even an Uber, whatever, the person doesn't expect you to tip them, and you don't expect to tip them. because we all know.
No, I think tipping should not be banned, but I think there should be, if you're in the service industry and you're an employer, you see how you do civic education for people before elections and stuff like that, to educate them on this stuff. You should do that to your employees. Make them know that tipping is not mandatory. You should not bring it up to the client who's there. Let it come from them. Because people know, I think, okay, don't say it's common sense. I think people know that if someone serves you really, you just, that's what you're saying. It's something that should come from within you. So I think employers should just do that, educate their employees in the service industry.
Okay, so now I'll be on the opposite side.
Of course you will.
Just because I want to put it, I don't know, I want to challenge your thinking. So if we say tipping shouldn't be banned, then why is it that only the people in the service industry get to be tipped? Because how can we make it possible that everyone working on anything is tipped, other than service industry, hoteliers, whatever, other than them being tipped? How can we make sure everyone is tipped? Because when you come to work, right, you have an 8 to 5, which is not like maybe an office thing. You don't get tipped.
You do.
You don't really get tipped. Sometimes you are
appreciated.
Sometimes, but not mostly. And if you say you do, you're probably going to say things like insurance, whatever.
I'm going to say like, give me an example of one of the companies where you worked on an 8 to 5 job and you feel like the person doesn't get tipped.
Oh dear. An insurance company.
An insurance company, they market their stuff online and they have people presenting these things to customers outside there. So you can tip, if the person serves you well, the person who you have the contact with serves you well, you can choose to tip the person themselves, or you can choose to tip the company. So yeah, you still get the tip depending on how your employees work.
Thank you, Jason.
So yeah, the person who's working an 8 to 5 job in an insurance company, the person is behind the desk and is not necessarily having the contact with the client, can still get tipped, but through a middle person.
Okay, another 8 to 5 where you don't have the contact with the direct customer. Okay, so let's say I'm working for a company that does what? Making apps, yeah? So I am a developer under a company, and then this company sources a client. How do I get appreciated? How do I get my tips?
How do you get your tips from the client?
No, not, you see, there's no way I'm going to interact with the client because I'm working under a company, and if I get to deal with this client, it would be based on this is what I need, this is what I need. Yeah. So how do I get my tips from there? See, not everyone gets tips.
No, that's up to your employer.
See, that is what I'm saying. So we just
which is the same thing, because if you're a developer and it's up to your employer to tip you, for the employer it's up to the client to tip them. It trickles down to everyone. So for everyone, the person you are serving, let me say that, whether you are developing an app for this person, whether you are cutting trees for this person, it's up to the person you're doing this service for in whatever form to tip you.
Okay, so should we just say life is not fair? So if you're tipped, you're good. If you're not, you're not.
No, we should just say do whatever you do to your level best, and whether you're tipped or not. Yeah.
Okay, so where did you get your tipping culture?
I don't know. It just happened.
It just happened.
It just happened, and it started in an Uber. I'd never tipped anyone before in a restaurant. It was just whatever the bill was, I pay that and go. But it started in an Uber. This guy was so nice, so polite, and then you see even how someone tries. There are guys who, there are Uber guys who drive on the freeway. Today is my last day on earth. Anyway, this guy was so nice. The conversations were not invasive, but they were not too much. They were just moderately there. Like, the guy made me feel so comfortable during the entire ride. I was like, yeah, I actually feel like paying more just to show you that I appreciate
What you've done.
the entire ride and how you've conducted yourself. Yeah, so it started in an Uber. I don't think it started in an Uber and then I started doing it in restaurants as well.
Okay, so my tipping culture came from my aunt. My aunt, okay, whenever we used to go out, it would be a restaurant. And if we were served, it didn't matter how we were served. Mostly my aunt would actually every single time. I remember my aunt would just tip people. Now, it depended on how well you did it. So if you did it to high standards and she loved your service and she was happy about everything, then you get more tipping. So that's where my tipping culture came from.
You know, there's a time you ever made me feel pressure to tip a person.
How?
Yeah, we did. We were at Java in town.
Yeah.
What are we having? I think you were having coffee, I was having juice, and then ended up having a snack. The samosas, the jam samosas.
Oh, jam. Oh,
yeah.
I love jam.
So after we were done and we were leaving, I was paying through cash. And then there was the change was, I think either 100 bob or 50 bob, I don't remember. So he sat there waiting for my change because the service this person gave me, and this is after I started my tipping culture and actually appreciating the service value. The service this lady gave me was just standard. I didn't feel the need to tip her. And then Abby was like, yeah, just give it to her, just tip her. And I was like, why? No, just tip her. You need to tip her, just give it to
I'm sorry, I pressured you.
And I still question, why do I need to? No, it's not even a lot of money, just tip her. I'll give it to you on the way back. And I was like, oh.
I can't remember, when was this?
It was a long time, I think like 2-3 years ago. You pressured me to tip this
when
person.
I didn't know what money was. Hey, now I am wiser and I know better. Hey, my ways. Okay, so we've circled budgeting. Or do you budget? Actually, do you budget for your tipping? You don't? You just go with the flow?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think people should budget for their tipping because sometimes you can tip people so much. Hey, you go back to your books and you're like, what? I spent this much on tipping. Yeah.
Sorry guys, it's my bedtime, so my screen. Oh my god. I have to go to settings.
Yeah, you can just do it quick.
Yes, you're back.
Anyway, yeah, I think people should budget for your expenditure on almost everything. The way you still budget for your monthly expenditure, just budget for that also. It's going to give you peaceful sleep. A peaceful sleep. What am I trying to say? You'll sleep better at night. Yeah, I think we've talked about budgeting. We've talked about the most you've tipped. You said you tip service. Yeah.
But generally everything is service.
Yeah, actually that's true. And then why do you think people tip? And where did it come from?
I think it came from bonuses or rewards after doing a good job. Yeah.
I asked that question and I never thought about it. But I think what you're saying makes sense. So basically we've tackled everything.
Oh, and then the question that often comes, how well do you tip? Should that be a valid question? How well do you tip?
No.
Why not?
How well do you tip?
Because I was watching a movie in it was a hotel, a 5-star hotel, and the employees, they were classifying the clients who are coming in, the customers who are coming in. So it was the receptionist and I don't want to say the doorman. These people carry their bags inside. So I don't have the name for it. So they signal each other. If this is a rich person, they're like, yeah, she gives good tips. So make sure make sure you handle. So profiling is, so make sure you
Yeah,
handle
keep
these people
profiling
with
is so
you.
fun.
And then if it's a person who just either doesn't tip or tips like, let me say, to whatever capacity they can, and to them it's like really, really little money, they're like, okay.
So
But the person who tips well, they give their maximum best.
So that's what you mean by how well you tip?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, the service has to come first for me to tip well. And actually, I get what you're saying because I've seen it. Even you live alone, even before you do anything, you enter a restaurant and someone has profiled how you're dressed, and they're just like, you're not going to do anything. Oh, and then also the other thing I wanted to talk about, I don't know if this is going to be controversial, but there's rumors going, I don't know how true it is, but people say that whites will tip better than us Kenyans, and that's why when you go to a Kenyan restaurant, a white will be served quicker, compared to, you know, black Kenyan. So what do you think about that?
I know black people will hate me for this. Kenyans to be specific, but it is what it is. I think most Kenyans who are in this particular industry suck up to these people. They really do, to get these tips from them. So that's how you get them saying they tip more. But it's more of kissing someone's ass, for lack of a better word. I am so sorry. And sucking up to these people, and then that's how you get more money. But for a Kenyan who comes there and then you're delivering the same services and they give whatever they can, I think you should still appreciate it. It's not that the person is tipping you small money, they're tipping you according to their capacity. So I don't see why you should say white people tip more. That's their capacity, they can give that, and black people tip less. That's just not.
Before it gets more controversial, I think we're going to end it here. We've almost tackled everything. Also, leave a comment down below. Do you think tipping should be banned? Do you feel pressured? You can also give us scenarios of when you felt pressured, and also,
and if your friends pressure you at any point.
I was young.
Whether it's subconscious.
Can we just let that slide?
Okay, yeah, you're young.
I was young and foolish when it came to
you're
wiser. Wiser, yeah. So, yeah, I guess we're going to end our live here. And thank you so much for the people who joined us. I hope you enjoyed this. Alright, bye. And
bye.
Don't forget to come back to the next hottest episode in the 2, 5, 4.
You always confuse the 5 and 4.
Bye. I don't know why I do that.
Bye, guys.
Bye.